sustainability in software programming. Sustainability in software programming. Sustainability means ability to stay, in my context, to stay in business, to stay in good working conditions. Sustainability. 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 Sustainability.
Sustainability. Sustainability.
Means the quality of being able to continue over a period of time. The quality of being able to continue over a period of time. Programming.
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 Programming. The activity or job of writing computer programs. The activity or job of writing computer programs. In this video, I want to speak about motivation, concretely motivation for our education in software programming, for our work in software programming. About that motivation depend energy, what we have, what we received from that motivation. I think that is the less possible energy we received when we work software programming for money. If our motivation is money, it is it is not energy like can be if your motivation is something other. What can be motivation for some job, concretely for software programming? Motivation, for example, when I opened a computer school, it was almost 30 years ago. There is no computers in home. There is no computers in business. There is a lot of car parking in front of buildings was full of car. Everybody had car, but nobody had computer in the house. And what was my reason that I opened computer school in that time? Concretely, it was 1990. My reason was I want to educate people for a more productive job in his working place. I want to educate my colleagues and in a factory where I worked before. I have experience in that moment, maybe 15 years in a different company, plastic industry, iron industry, telecommunication industry, shipbuilding industry, and sailing industry, in big trans-ocean ships, and all that together give me idea, 1990, that I go out from that old industry, and that I found my private school for education in computer science, concretely in office production, in office work, how to use office programs. At first it was WordPerfect, after that was Microsoft Office. In all that industry where I was, it was only automation was in production line, and it is a very, very primitive automation where you have devices, some machine, and you push button, and that machine working 24 hours, but workers around that machine supply all what is needed by manually. And there is no computers, there is no microcontrollers in that factory where I was, and in that moment. In office was a calculator with white narrow line, or white narrow roll of paper, and it was computers, it was processors, it was calculators. What is first time it kind of calculators with processors, with computers inside, was produced by Japan's 1972, and I spoke after that. I spoke about 80 years in last century. Lot of offices there is calculators like that for calculate, but it was manual job. It was a manual job. A lot of people working in financial sector of factory, every factory, and I think about how help all that industry that that go on how to leverage, help to leverage all that industry on up level of production, and of course because of that better job, better money, more money for more profit. And because of that, I opened school with office for educate in office programming. For educate to use office programming, Word. It was at first WordPerfect, PlanPerfect, this spreadsheet, DataPerfect. They have DrawPerfect Excel. It was that, and they have one shell. You go from that. It was in DOS. they're not good for, this is not environment, it is not environment for everybody, but it is beginning. But 90 Windows coming, and after 2 years we was in the Windows graphical user interface environment. It was excellent for people, and Microsoft Win were perfect, and it was school of office programming word. With that programming, I interest what that program can help in industry where I was. I thinking about communication, but in that time it was diskette, and I think that diskette is better than paper. But when I now saw behind myself, I didn't sure in that 10 years of popularity and development of office programs, and incorporate, embedded it in real life, private and industry, I don't see some big improvement from paper. Because when you work in Word, in Excel, etc., you cannot, without connection like internet, it was all like paper. Only except paper, now you have a diskette, CD, DVD, and other. I think that software programming is just that. It is helping people to leverage, to go level up yourself in productivity, in better life. Because what is software? Software is a robot. It is a soft robot, and software working something very, very boring, except us. No, when we have software for that, we don't work that boring job, and we can work something other. And that process is all time, and today we speak about artificial intelligence, but that story is like repeating history. We have in all our history of industry, we have that spoke about machine will take our job, but today the most people working more people than ever, and it will be in the future also. Development of technology only take more and more, open more and more jobs. How we, if we saw in history and today, and it is excellent motivation that when you programming software programmer and you program programming software. You programming robots, something what will say, man, okay, stop work that boring job. From now you have robots. There is an excellent caricature what I saw some day ago, and it's like this. But people sit down and take his legs on the table. It is all is computerized, and people in his office enjoy with his legs on the table, like laying. But coming his chief, his manager, and with the manager coming in the room, robots, real, not soft, but real hardware robots, and a manager said, you are changed, you are being changed, Harry, you are being changed with robot. And it means that in the sit down and take legs on the table will also coming robots and work that job. I think that motivation for money is very important and can be very, very big motivation. But motivation, when you want something, build what will be good for people, what will be better, what will be excellent for people's life and future and the leverage of people. That is like, and thinking about that, if that is motivation, you take more energy. And it can be. Motivation today, there is a lot of level of motivation, and money is only one motivation in that leveling. And every of us must find what is a real motivation of him. He must ask yourself why, and go deeper and deeper and have answer. And in a deeper position is a real reason, your real motivation, and depend of that all sustainability in a job, in every job, and also in software programming job, depend about that deep level of our motivation. Thank for